So hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and once again we are here at the DEC here in San Rafael, Mandaluyong, and we're gonna drive this. This is the 2014 Toyota FJ Cruiser in the very rare army green color. So not much people know about this. Why I said specifically 2014 model? Because of this army green color. It's such a stunning color, and this is the only model here that the FJ Cruiser with this color. And this specific one, as you can see, has worth 700,000 pesos of modifications, which is insane. And the looks, it's your typical FJ Cruiser. For me, it leans more to the cute side of things, and I didn't know this was a thing back then. You have fake grill over here on the engine hood itself. And since being based on the Toyota Land Cruiser Prado, on which this is based on, I reviewed one couple of weeks ago. Check it out on my channel. So again, this one is the 1GRFE engine, a 4-liter naturally aspirated V6 engine that produces 268 horsepower and 380 Newton meters of torque, mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission. And all FJ Cruisers for our Philippine market are running on a 4-wheel drive system, and hence there's an additional 4-wheel drive emblem just in the back. And if not mistaken, I mean, of course, being an FJ Cruiser, the engine sits much higher, and the ground clearance is no longer stock. It's, I think, almost like 250 millimeters. And this specific one, as I mentioned, has a lot of modifications with it. The stock wheels are 17 inches. This specific one are running on race Volk wheels. These are 20 inches with BF Goodrich all-terrain tires. Look at the size of these guys. And more goodies here for the suspension itself. So look at all of the hydraulics and all that. It's pretty much insane. Hi, enemy. So yeah, this car directly competes with that. And as well, why I wanted to review this FJ Cruiser in the first place, because again, this was my dad's dream car, and finally I'm going to drive one. And how about that? There's a black one behind the green one, and I never knew about this with the FJ Cruisers. Usually when it comes to SUVs, you have a blackout roof, but all FJs have a white roof, which gives a very distinct look. And here at the rear, again, additional emblems on either side. And like all FJs, you get your spare tire on the rear tailgate itself. Look how small the wiper is. That's so cute. And I won't be able to show you the tailgate of this green one, but if you go to the black one, this is the first off-roader vehicle that I see, or a car in general, that the tailgate opens to the left. But of course, it's a wide opening, and you have a total of 790 liters. And one of the most unique features with all FJ Cruisers, you think this is a 2-door coupe SUV, but no. Open this part. This has suicide doors. How about that? That is so unique. And of course, being a suicide door, you can go to the back easily with ease. However, I wish this specific one had side steps too, which I find a bit odd, because since you have now a modification with the shock absorbers and the suspension, yeah, getting is a little bit more difficult than usual. I really dig this interior with all of the Tron materials here and there. This age really well, in my opinion, despite being a 2014 model. Called analog setup for your instrument cluster. I like that. Pretty blank. They didn't put all the buttons here, they just put it all here inside for your side mirrors. And of course, being an FJ Cruiser, you can add more mods here if needed as well. And I love this triple gauge setup here on top of the dashboard, which houses your compass, your temperature, and your clinometer itself. Further down, all of your air conditioning knobs and infotainment system. I'll demo this when I have the key later on. Your off-road modes, like for your rear diff lock, not for a central lock, which people might find odd, but I don't mind it because I'm not a heavy off-roader recently. And here for your 2 high, 4 high, and your low range mode. Gear shift, pretty conventional, but at least it looks more unique now compared with the Land Cruiser Prado. And one of the most unique things here with the interior of this FJ Cruiser, they don't extend, but you have a double sun visor. How about that? I mean, if you extend this one now, look at that. That's pretty fancy. Steering wheel, I love it. It's all plain, and then there's more cubby spaces here in the middle, and finally sitting here in the rear. Okay, it's not the best SUV in terms of space out there, but it's still pretty decent for an heavy off-road vehicle. Although I think it's one of the more spacious off-roader vehicles out there. Even get grab handles here since you don't have a proper opening with the doors, and at least you still get cup holders here on either side. And if I sit here in the middle, yeah, not too shabby whatsoever. Although there is a transmission tunnel. I mean, it's not bad, but yeah, it's kind of tight. I can't even put my feet together anymore. So right, this is it. My first time driving a Toyota FJ Cruiser. Well, first impressions, okay, very weird na coming from the Toyota Land Cruiser Prado. You sit way higher than usual, and yeah, the visibility up front is okay, but it feels like you're driving a tank more than a SUV. And the A, B, and C pillar, yeah, there's so many blind spots with this. And I already saw immediately the left side mirror has a ×2 zoom compared to the right one, and literally went over a hump. Don't feel anything at all. Remember, this is not a stock suspension whatsoever, so you can literally drive this off-road and drive the hell out of this vehicle. And steering, for once, surprisingly, I was expecting this to be a bit heavier than usual, but no, this thing is actually so freaking light. I was not expecting this kind of steering feel for such a big off-roader. And here, just gonna stretch the 4-liter V6 after this part. Okay, I can tell immediately only comparing with the Land Cruiser Prado. Sorry if I keep comparing that because it's literally the same platform and the same engine. The NVH is okay, so-so. But even up to my friend's experience, when it rains, you can hear a lot of the rain smashing here on the roof itself. And yeah, going with loud motorcycles passing by and cars. And road noise too. Yeah, remember these are on all-terrain tires too. Yeah, you can hear it translating it in here to the cabin. But surprisingly, I just turned to a corner really fast. The suspension is really good. It copes up with, of course, all of the bumps. And I was not expecting to have so much. Well, I was expecting rather to have plenty of body lean, but not with this modified one. Wow, this is actually pretty good. And here, let's stretch the legs a bit. Oh, okay. Right. That was not present during the Land Cruiser Prado. I barely heard the engine, but for this FJ, it's actually quite drastic, the NVH from jumping from the Land Cruiser Prado and then to this FJ Cruiser. But this thing flies. And as well having, I think, upgraded brakes too. Yeah, this is stops on a dime too. And of course, unlike with the Land Cruiser Prado, yes, you don't have all of the insulations here and there. Well, this is still a 2-ton beast. Well, to be exact, 1,900 kilograms. But this one, at least, is some 170 to 180 kilograms lighter than the Land Cruiser Prado. So, she flies. Ooh, wow. Okay, I can also tell immediately when you're going higher speeds. It's not the most stable thing out there. Maybe, of course, we're just driving on rougher pavement. But yeah, you can see this thing moving left to right. Performance of this is quite surprising. I like this. Although it comes at a cost, like with that of the Land Cruiser Prado, well, I would say this is just a little bit more fuel efficient than the Prado since that one's already over 2 tons. So you can do around with this FJ Cruiser, I can't see any fuel economy reading at all here, so apologies. You can do at least around 6 to 6.5 kilometers per liter in the city. So yeah, it's kind of thirsty for what this is, but for comparison only, this is doing the same fuel economy reading as a Chevrolet Camaro V6. So I just did my review of that here at the DEC. Check it out on my channel. No, make no mistake, if you wanna have fun with this though, at least you got a lot of power. And if you're just driving here in city speeds, just calmly, pretty quiet too. I like this V6, yes, even though the NVH is not the best out there, at least it's very smooth. And once you stretch its legs, at least it's pretty responsive. The 6-speed automatic transmission, I would say, is just a bit better than that of the Land Cruiser Prado, since I think that was tuned more comfort than more of the off-road and somewhat sportiness with this FJ Cruiser. The infotainment system as well. Well, there's no Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Well, that is given in this generation. But it's somewhat similar like that of the Land Cruiser Prado. You have iPod connectivity, Bluetooth, all functions. However, though, what's not present in this FJ Cruiser, there is no reverse camera. But of course, being an aftermarket one, you can install one quite easy. But that's a little bit of a turn off for me. Of course, being an off-road vehicle, yeah, you literally pay all of this just to have this modded for the outdoors. Yeah, driving this around here in Mandaluyong can be a little bit intimidating since it's such a big vehicle, but it's not as big as I expected. Of course, you just, again, have to watch out for the visibility. And then if you have to pick up, like I mentioned earlier, to pick up the pace, that's really responsive, not to my surprise. Of course, you being Toyota 6-speed, you expect it to be a bit sluggish, but not with this FJ. Right? This is such a fantastic vehicle, I would say. So when these were brand new, yeah, of course, these were expensive. So I think, if not mistaken, these were around in the 2,190,000 peso mark. So despite having 700,000 pesos worth of modifications, you can get this around 1.9 million pesos, which is, I think, is pretty much a steal. So 1.7 to 1.9 million pesos, sorry, because my script was actually based on the black one, not with this army green one. And of course, this army green one is a little bit more special because this is the only model you can get with this color. So one more time. Woo! Right. Wala car. And as well, thank you again to the DEC for making me drive most of my dream cars already, and as well with this FJ Cruiser. This one means a lot, and I will drive one more again today by the time of this shoot. So again, I would like to thank them so much, to Sir Jap, to Sir JP, for making this all possible. And if you want to check out for me, the best modded Toyota FJ Cruiser, it is still available here at the DEC here in Mandaluyong. So hope you guys like and subscribe, and I will see you with more cars here at the DEC. Bye-bye.